Eric, I'm 29, and until last year I thought I understood what family meant, not the Hallmark card version, but the kind you build your life around even if it means carrying more than your share of the weight. I've always been the quiet one, the responsible son, the one who sends flowers on birthdays and picks up the slack when nobody else even notices there is slack. But I didn't grow up thinking I'd be the backbone of a family. That constantly made me feel like I was disposable. That part happened slowly, almost quietly, like right under the floorboards you don't see until little caves. And growing up, I was the middle child. My older brother Adam was the golden boy, varsity football charming, always with a crowd around him. My older sister Mia was the princess from the moment she was born, and me, I was Theon, who got B-plus grades and was told it wasn't living up to my potential. I didn't mind, really. I kept my head down, got a scholarship, moved out, and eventually started my own small IT firm that by some miracle took off after 3 grueling years of ramen 16-hour days and getting ghosted by every investor I pitched to. The funny thing is, when I was struggling, they were silent, but when the money came in, that's when I became family again. It started small. Might had asked if I could help cover the remainder of Adam's car payments just until he gets promoted. Then came Mia's private college tuition, only because the financial aid didn't cover enough. My mom needed help with the roof repairs, then the heating system, then the kitchen remodel she always dreamed of. And just like that, I was paying for 3 households and still getting texts like, "Can you VMO me for the groceries?" At first, I didn't mind. I was grateful I could help. I even convinced myself I was building something, a legacy. Maybe I figured one day I'd be able to look back and say I made life better for the people I loved. But something about the way they treated it, like it was owed, like I wasn't doing anything special, started eating at me. Last Thanksgiving was the turning point. I hosted not because I wanted to show off, but because I finally had a home big enough to seat everyone. I had a catered, clean set UPA fire pit in the backyard. Nobody offered to help, not even with dishes. Adam made a toast halfway through, talking about how lucky we are to have each other and how family always comes through, never once mentioning the fact that I'd paid for the whole thing. Mia brought her new boyfriend and barely looked up from her phone, and my dad has spent the entire evening talking about how things were tougher in his day and how kids now have it easy. I swallowed it all with a smile, but inside I was already pulling away. Then came the night that unraveled it. It was a random Tuesday, maybe 2 months later. I had just finished a long meeting and came home to a voice message from my dad. His voice was clipped, tired, and sharp in the way only dads know how to be. He said, "All you do is take. You've never given this family anything worth remembering. If you had any pride, you'd stop acting like we owe you something and just leave." It stunned me for a second. It hot. I misheard it, so I played it again. "All you do is take." I didn't yell, I didn't call back. I just stared at the message for a while, then walked over to the window and looked out at the city lights. I used to love something. Incidine gave out quietly like an old hinge snapping. Underweight. I packed a bag the night and left. No dramatic goodbye, no announcement. I even let my assistant know to pause all outgoing payments. Tieto family accounts. Just a clean silent break. 3 days went by, then a week. Radio silence. No one called, no one texted. It took them almost a full month to notice. Mia was the first. She called me late one Friday night, her voice shaky. "Eric, hey, I just logged into the school portal and my tuition didn't go through this month. Did something happen with the account?" I could hear the panic. She was trying to smother that fake casual tone you use when you're trying not to sound desperate. I replied with just one text. Thought I never gave this family anything. No follow-up, no explanation, just that she didn't respond. But within the hour, I had 4 missed calls from my mom, 2 from Adam, and 1 from a number I didn't recognize. The voicemail from my dad, hilarious in a dark way: "Eric, we need to talk. Whatever this little stunt ice, it's not funny. Your sister's future ice." In the line, no apology, just demands, just that same old tone that said, "You owe us." That weekend I flew to Denver. I'd never been, but I needed somewhere far enough